everybody? We are back. It is Tapes on Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glen Rockney for Glenn, and of course pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 35% off. All right, guys. So we are back with Friday Night Live. We got a preseason game tomorrow against the San Francisco 49ers. They didn't have joint practice today, did they?
No, I don't think they had anything today.
Yeah, I was like, oh, interesting. They only have one joint practice. But anyways, we're back, and we're going to be talking about of course, preseason game week 2, and of course, all the other news that has been happening around the Raiders so far. So, Glenn, how you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm noticing and I'm sure we'll talk about it a lot. I've been watching a lot of other Raiders content, not naming any names. Everybody seems very negative about the team right now. Like,
yeah,
you've noticed that. Like, I'm not saying there's no reason for it, but I feel like 2 weeks ago, Pete Carroll, all this stuff, and now it's just grinding halt. Everybody's just like, how they don't have anything here. They don't, and I just realized every single year it's like this. I feel like, and now they haven't been good for a while, but it's kind of funny where I'm like, we have no idea, guys. We have no clue.
Yeah, it's basically it's because Ashton Genty, what he got, my negative 3 yards or something on 3 carries or something.
If he had a 25-yard run, I don't think we have to hear a word. But it's about everything else. You're just like every other position group. Should they trade for a wide receiver? Trade for a wide receiver? Like, this is happening now? It's crazy. I don't know. I understand that we're in the content game, so I get that people want it constantly. But I swear, people post one clip, and people just like they give thoughts about how the season's going to be in January, how we're going to be like. It's a short season, like it goes by fast, but it's a long season, guys. Like, just this is the time for hope.
Yeah, and it was the first preseason game, man. It was the first preseason game, and to me, like, because I see like a lot of things I've seen like the offensive line is going to be an issue. That's been the talk, man. We're great on offense, but this offensive line, and I was like, man, I don't think they looked that bad on film. Like, they didn't look that bad. Not bad enough for this like freak out. Like, you were acting like we have no O-line, and I just think that Chip Kelly didn't do anything creative in the run game. It was all inside zone and duo, and it was basically just very, very plain. And also, I think what people don't notice when because I watch film, is that Seattle was not playing. You know what I mean? What I would call preseason defensive football. You know what I mean? Like, they were not playing around. They were slanting at defensive line. They were doing all this crazy stuff. So, like, the Raiders weren't prepared for that, of course. But and it's gonna be like game plans in the game. They're gonna be prepared for things. This could be a different outlook. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
And also, just the O-line is interesting because I actually feel pretty good about it where it's at. Because on one hand, you have people, and we'll talk about it, the whole interior of the O-line. Has any team debated the makeup of an interior O-line more than this has happened this year? I understand it's an important part, but like this, I hear this on national thing. I hear Mina Kimes. I hear all these people. They're putting JPJ, and it's like it's this huge thing. They played well against the Niners in the practice. They said the O-line. If you even look at Niners beat reporters, they're like, dang, Alfred Collins is getting his ass kicked up there. Like, I understand the Niners didn't have Michael Williams, who's a rookie, by the way, and Nick Bosa, which Nick Bosa's not a big run guy either. So it was like, I'm not saying they're going to be incredible. I've had lots of doubts. I just know the people that I heard were like 2-3 weeks ago saying, watch out for the Raiders. I mean, how many games can they win? Can they get 10 wins? All this stuff. They're the ones going, uh-oh. And I'm like, to me, I'm still at my 8-win prediction. Yeah. I'm still there. I haven't changed. It's just why would I? 3 weeks is not going to change. I mean, there's a few things that could change it, and I won't even mention those right now. But usually those involve golf carts and stuff like that. So for right now, there's nothing's going to change about that. I just think people need to relax.
Yeah, yeah, they do need to relax because like I said, that's what it felt like. It felt like a guy, one coach who doesn't show anything in preseason, and another coach who's like
Mm-hmm.
full throttle, right? And I made some jokes like it was like they're playing the Seahawks week 6 in the film. So yeah, that's why people are freaking out. People are freaking out because Ashton Genty didn't run for a long touchdown. Like because like when he had that run at practice, it's just all the people you're talking about were like, there it is. That's what I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're young too. I mean, they're really young, and they have problems with depth. I think there's no. I mean, that you cannot say they're a deep team. Nobody can. It's the problem with changing regimes constantly, not having great drafts. But they are a young team, and expecting these guys to come in a new system and just light it up, just because fans want something to like a pacifier, so they stop crying. Like that's not the way this works, and I to me I'm just like they're staying healthy. That's to me just stay healthy. That's you come out of camp mostly healthy. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the Niners, oh this and that. Those guys they are beat up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's I'll take what we got right now just as is. It's fine, guys. Like I still think they're in a great spot long term. Like I like, and that's really, you can't say that about the last couple of years. Like that they've been in a good long term spot.
Yeah, and also too, I think what people are trying to do is just like have that reaction to a game and kind of create content and create like people coming to their channel, and Raider fans love negativity. So if it's something negative, they love either going to argue with it or agree with it. And if you're like kind of like in the middle, it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't attract people like it should, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
so it is true, man. Like people like to bring people there with that like kind of negative aspect of it. But I just think that it's just a little overrated. I mean, because like, what do you think will happen tomorrow? Like if the first team like doesn't score a touchdown?
What if they do, Marcus? Then all of a sudden we're excellent. That's the thing. Like to me, if they that, like, it's less about what, because then we'll just be this again. If it's less if they don't. If they go out there and spank the Niners 31-0, score on most of their drives, everyone's gonna be like, told you they're 11-win team. When really there's not much difference. Like I just for your guys' own health, guys. Like this is just what it is. Like it's. Look, trust me. The minute they start stinking in the regular season, I'm right there with you guys. Like if it doesn't look good, but also they're a young team, and when you change systems every single year, coaches every single year, and they went up against a team that has had the same offensive system for the last decade. Yeah, things can happen. Like it's just they are constantly changing stuff around, so they're always going to have this type of period.
Yeah. All right. So today we're talking about George Kittle a little bit. We're gonna talk about that. And then we're talking about JPJ, of course. That's like the big thing. We'll do a little Alex Bachmann love too. We could do a little Alex Bachmann.
Wow, what a press conference that was.
Yeah, Alex Bachmann, and then then we talk about a little preseason week 2, and of course answer all you guys' questions here. So we're gonna be getting to a lot of stuff here today. I see the comments are a little bit on fire. This guy said the Raiders he's yelling at us. Yeah. Raiders are cooked.
And who said that? None of your business.
he was yelling at us. Yeah.
We got Dutch Masters 710. We're talking about George Holland or whatever the guy's name is going off. He goes, never mind, that's Zach Charbonnet. Yeah, guy's been in the league for like 3 or 4 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Preseason for everybody. It's preseason for everybody. Too many Dutch Masters, my friend.
too many Dutch Masters today for
and 710. That's another weed reference. Oil. Put that upside down. That's oil. I used to work in clubs back in the day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see. And then he's high too. He's high.
I mean, he didn't have to tell me that. Yeah. Cheers, my friend.
he got the Dutchies out, man, and he's he can't tell the difference. I'll give it. There are similar skin tones. I'll give you that, Dutch
It's
Master.
like Method Man and Red Man high over here, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah. Would you guys rather have draft or Brock or Genty in fantasy at PPR?
I think Brock's probably a second round pick at this point in fantasy. Genty's probably right around there with him. Genty is I would take Brock. I mean, Brock is just, I know what Brock is. I think he's truly the focal point of the offense this year. I know they're going to want to run the ball, and I think they're going to. But I think Brock is, when Geno's dropping back, that's who he wants to throw to. It's quite clear. I mean, you want to talk about clips to overreact. I mean, Brock's talking shit now. Like, you see him, like, he's doing the head nod when he's walking by. I was like, I used to be a Terminator robot last year, which was kind of cool in its own right. But he just, like, he knows how good he is now. But he's like this hard worker, and we have one of those guys, man. Like, it's kind of cool to have one of those guys on this team. I go with Brock. I think Brock, to me, is I like drafting tight end early in fantasy because there's only like 10 good ones. So if you could do that, like my dad had a fantasy draft in one league he's in. I think it's like a work league or something. He ended up with Brock and Dallas Goedert later. Like, but he took both tight ends. I say, yeah, you're not gonna have to worry about it. You're not gonna have to worry about tight end. You're not gonna pick up the Jacksonville's backup tight end in week 10. So Brock early, Genty, it's a rookie running back. So you know, it's Clyde. I'm not saying Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he's gonna be much better than that. But he was like top of the year Clyde Edwards-Helaire came out. He was like a first round pick.
Yeah. See, I mean, the thing with Genty, I would say, I just know he's gonna get a lot of carries, and even if he's not the most efficient in fantasy, like, it doesn't matter. Like Trent Richardson, the big thing about Trent Richardson after his rookie year was that he had 12 touchdowns and he was a great fantasy running back, but he averaged like 3.3 yards per carry even that year. It's like nobody cared because he still like got the ball so much and he scored too many touchdowns. So it was like, oh my God, he's got this huge year, even though he didn't really play well as a rookie. And that's why I might go with Genty in that area. But also, I mean, Brock's the more for sure thing, though. But, if
Genty's in the pass game the way we think he's going to be, which I don't expect to see that at all in the preseason, any complex Genty passing routes or anything, then all bets are off. Because if they're going to use him the way McCaffrey's used, that's kind of crazy. But I don't know.
Yeah. Ditch Master's taking bong rips, so we're wrong on that. But
nice. Start the Cypress Hill instrumental. Love it. I mean, it fits right in with my how high thing. I mean, that's like
it does. Our boy Ryan L. Trey Tucker, best ball.
Shout out to my boy Ryan L. Vikings fan that comes in and puts in super chats. Raider Nation, where are you at? Vikings fan here. I mean, they're a tortured fan base like we are in a way. I love Trey Tucker late in fantasy drafts. I think if you're in a league where you're the only Raider fan, nobody's going to know about him, and you could probably get him in the last round. And I know the big talk of practice was him having a tough start, but then he really picked it up. Geno clearly loves him. I think a lot of the Geno Thornton thing feels like a development guy. Like, I trust you, develop. Tucker, I think, is like, hey, this year we're gonna ball. So I think Thornton hype can get you some Tucker value.
Yeah, and my thing with the Thornton hype too, I think it's gonna die down once the season starts and we see like Tucker and Myers and Bowers and Michael Mayer get most of the targets. I already got lit up by Fred Warner. Yeah.
Which is good, right? Isn't that good? Like, I got happy when that happened. Not like because I'm glad he's okay, but I just mean you don't want his first hit to be like in the Patriots where it's like, oh, this is the NFL, you know, like let Fred Warner wake you up, you know, like when it doesn't count.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Ashton Genty yard total production prediction
1,600 all purpose.
You're going 60. Okay, I like that one. I like that. I think he's gonna have like a lot more receiving yards than we think too.
Yeah, I agree. I think 1,100 rushing, or no, not. I'll say 12. I'll say like in between 11 and 12 rushing, and then I don't know how good Raider Nation is at math, but the rest of that in receiving.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be more interesting. Like, who's gonna be the running back behind him? I think that's still a kind of open competition.
I've heard it's locked for Zamir White, which I think is insane.
Who said that?
Vinny and Adam Hill. I'm not buying this Zamir White resurgence at all. I don't think he's a good running back.
I'm not buying this a lock either. I'm not buying that.
I hope not. I really hope not.
No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that as a lock. I know they probably think that for sure. I don't know. I know I feel like it's more of a draft pick thing, and I hate that sometimes. I hate the whole, well, he's a draft pick type thing.
So was Ja'Cory Bennett though, so maybe they actually like him.
Yeah, because here we go. He said Deshaun also said that Zamir is number 2. Oh God, man. I don't know. I think it's a little bit. I think Sincere McCormick will hate, man. I think, like, even when they ran the ball in the game, like the same offensive line everybody's like crying about, like Sincere McCormick was getting yards, Zamir White wasn't. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Zamir White, I see no creativity, no improvisation. When you're just one-on-one and you're as big, and I mean, if your nickname is Zeus, you're one-on-one with somebody, there's just zero chance he makes the miss. And I get it. I see him. I get what people are saying. He looks better. I mean, the guy probably is like in the running back room, probably is the best build of anybody. You're just like, whoa, like, like it just seems like that's the way. I don't know. I mean, and look, we could be completely wrong. I've been listening all week. I've been listening to all the different Raider podcasts, every single one of them, and I'm not going to name names. I have heard some from people who were watching the same practice, people having wildly different takes, like where it's like, did you guys watch alternate realities of practice? So I have no clue. Like, especially about guys like Jack Besh. I heard one guy say Jack Besh hasn't done a damn thing. And then I heard somebody else say he had 3 contested catches that were incredible. I was like, so which one was it?
I'll keep real with you. I've been to training camp around those guys. So, some of those guys don't watch. They just talk. They just like sit on the sideline. They don't watch. I swear. Some of those guys don't.
And you can't. I mean, there's a million things. Like, you can't see everything.
Yeah. And like, I used to be on the field like by myself, and I would feel weird because everybody else wouldn't sit down. I'm on the field like watching on my knee, like I'm a scout or some shit. And I'm feeling strange. Like, damn, I gotta go. Like, am I the weird one here? Or
like, hey man, stop big dogging us, dude.
Stop showing us up, man. Like, what are you doing? Actually watching like what's happening, and then I gotta go like, okay, let me go sit down with these guys where they're just chilling under the, away from the heat and stuff. But like, man, that's why you're getting 2 different takes, because some of those guys aren't watching. They're just like, talking about what they're gonna do that night. So what you could do tonight, man? What we doing tonight? So especially when there was in Newport Beach. Yeah, it was more conversations about what club they're hitting.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Afterwards.
Yeah. Like, look at Mark is not invited because he's on one knee watching practice.
He said spill the tea. I'm not spill the tea, man. I'm not gonna do that. But like,
no. And by the way, I was not talking about Hondo. There was other guys. You guys can subtract and do the math, but I was like, what I mean is like Jack Besh, right? I see somebody talk about Jack Besh. They're like, hey man, he's making plays, contested catches, like really good in that thing. And then I heard another guy say, he ain't really done anything. Like, I was just like, which one is it? Like, it's got to be like, it's one thing if you say, yeah, he did this and this, but this is what that really means. This is what I expect. Some people were like, nah, that didn't happen. Like false flagging. You know what I mean? I was just like, what? That's to say, I just don't know what to try. But fans take it like gospel though, and they take the most positive one, and they run with it. And I'm like, that's weird.
Why you want to work so hard, Marcus? It literally is what it felt like. Like, because one time I was so close to Malcolm Koonce, almost ran me over. I was like, that's how in tune I was. I was like sitting right there. Malcolm Koonce almost ran my ass over. So that's how close I was. They had to tell me to back up. But everybody else was like not that close. I'll tell you that. I felt really weird out there. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Next question here. Do you think Koonce will bounce back this season, and can Jack Besh be impactful this season?
I'm a little lower on Koonce this year than a lot of people are. I know he's going to try. He's on a 1-year deal, so he himself is not going to view this as a get back year. But you just look at what he does well is bend more than anybody on this team. I think he's got better bend, and he's coming off a knee injury. And now it did happen basically a year ago.
Yeah.
It did happen. And you do have that. I just think I would say second half of the year, kind of similar to his breakout. I think second half of the year, you'll see it. I think they're really going to have to kind of use. I hope they use him a little more sparingly and on like a third down situation. Just because it's tough to come back from an ACL. It's not. People act like it's nothing now because of sports science, but it's still tough.
Yeah. I think, he didn't look too good in the preseason game, right? I'm not going to go full judge because like Adam Butler and Max Crosby, they look awesome, right?
Yeah,
he didn't look like them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little worried there, but I am interested to see what his growth is going to be like, if he can get back to that form, or how long it's going to take, and is he finding different ways to win? I think it's going to be different like that, or is Tyree Wilson going to kind of start stepping up? You know what I mean?
Well, that's who you need. I mean, that's who you need. By the way, the second half of that question with Jack Besh, I'm not worried about him. And the thing about Jack Besh is, yeah, I'd like to see some contribution for him this year, but picking Jack Besh, I think there's still a reason you don't have a Jacoby Myers extension. I think they want to see some flashes from him while Jacoby has a nice year. Flip Jacoby for a third round comp pick, and then Jack Besh. That's the Raiders don't do this because they don't draft well. But that's how drafting well works. The Eagles do this constantly. They get a comp pick for a guy going out. Jacoby's on the 30. Are you going to get? I'm not saying I would love to keep Jacoby Myers here, but you draft Jack Besh, who kind of does what he does. And is it always going to work just perfectly? We'll see. But everybody the draft, they're all about what are you going to do this year? That's not what drafts are for. That's the problem when you don't draft well, is you need your rookies to come in and be incredible when that's not the way it works.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I wouldn't expect too much from Besh. I think there's going to be too many targets in front of him. Like somebody would have to go down, I think.
I mean, if Myers goes down, you do have a guy who can block in the run game. You're not losing that in the run game. Is he as good? We'll see. And then you put him in the slot where probably he's at his best, or whatever. I don't know. That's the thing. We don't know what this offense is going to be. That's the problem. Is like we just haven't. It's the ultimate kind of joker card that the Raiders have, is nobody knows what Chip Kelly's going to do.
Yeah. And I think with Besh in the preseason game, I thought he looked pretty good. I mean, he ran a great route, but I mean, O'Connell just throwing the ball. But
was that when he got picked? Was that when O'Connell got picked? I thought Besh was like wide open underneath.
There's two plays where Besh was wide open. When he did the intentional grounding, I don't know what again O'Connell did, but he like ran a great route and had just just destroyed the corner. And for some reason, O'Connell didn't throw the ball. I don't know why. He decided to throw into the stands instead. But
that one, yeah.
Yeah, that play, it was a great route, right? And I think that he could be something that can develop into something really great. Because I think he's underrated as a route runner. I do, for sure.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine. It's just to say that like the second round pick right away needs to show you something. That's just not true. And by the way, he's closer to the third round than he is to say. They traded down twice. Like there's a process in bringing him in, and everybody's got different developmental trajectories. Everybody thinks Thornton's going to come in and be Randy Moss, and I mean, hey, I'd love it, but I don't think that's going to be the case either. I think this offense I think there's going to be 13 personnel looks for the Raiders this year, not 12, 13 personnel. I think they're going to have Ian Thomas on the field with the other two tight ends, and they're going to go jumbo. Like they are going to, like, that's how they're going to attack teams, and they're going to try to confuse people from those like looks. And as they, you never know what this team looks like 2 or 3 years from now, and you hope Besh is ready when maybe they move on from Geno, maybe they're bringing a young quarterback, and you have veteran wide receivers who from this draft class. That's what you hope to have happen.
Yeah. All right, man. You guys are firing the questions at me today, man. I got 21 questions here. All right.
50 cent, man. Yeah.
Seriously. All right, fellas, what are we drinking? I'm the Voodoo Ranger guy. What are you drinking today?
It's a nice Pilsner from Cellar Maker. Somebody said it was a White Claw. If you ever catch me pouring a White Claw in a glass, Lock me up. Throw away the key.
I don't know if we can do the show anymore after that, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know.
nah.
We have to end the show. I don't know.
I'm not. I mean, we do, it's coming up pretty soon, but we do it alpha beta rankings with you. You wouldn't rank me high.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, if that was the case. Yeah.
Is Caillou Blue standing out because our secondary is ranked 30th? I mean, I think Caillou Blue standing out because, we don't have the greatest corners in the world.
I think he is making plays, though. I mean,
he looks good, though. He looks good. To be fair to him, he looks good. But yeah, you're right. We don't have the best corners in the world.
No, I mean, and I think it says a little bit more about Darian Porter's play in the preseason game of tackling, because I think it's about tackling, and I think Caillou Blue Kelly right now can tackle better than Darian Porter. And whether he is the starter or not, I think that's a message sent to Darian Porter, like, go learn how to tackle.
Yeah.
And again, Darian Porter's in the next offseason is going to have a chance to put on some weight. Deuce Gruden, I bring him up every show, but he's gonna have opportunity. Right now, he's a little light in the pants. Caillou Blue Kelly is built pretty good. I mean, like Stanford guy too. Maybe he's picking up the defense pretty well. He looks like he's able to make plays. I mean, that pick he had, that clip they showed was nice.
Yeah. He can play, man. He can play. Why is our D so bad after they were supposed to be good last year? Mitchell Reston's their bottom 5 unit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
They haven't played a game though yet. Can we at least get to the bottom 5 units until we get to like let's get to like week 5 and then we can have like they're a bottom 5 unit. But even then too, like I feel like some teams like start off with like really good defenses and then end up being bad defenses. Some teams start off with bad defenses and then end up being good defenses. So I think they just gotta let the season progress. And when we get to week 10 and they suck on defense, we could be like, they suck.
That's the problem, is after like 2 weeks, everyone's going to think they know everything. And, like go back to 2017 when they were 2-0 and everybody thought we were going to win the dang Super Bowl in the fan base. You just don't know. I don't think they're a good defense. I haven't thought they were a good defense. And I think Pete Carroll eventually will have a good defense. It's just right now there's not a lot of talent to work with on that side of the ball. They didn't leave a lot of talent there. Their draft picks that hit seem to be on the offensive side. And I think right now I will say, if you just need the Raiders to be good this year, here's your hope. The 2023 draft class. All right. The 2023 draft class being good, like having their breakout year. And I'm talking about Tyree Wilson, Michael Mayer. Was Zamir White in that too?
Yeah. No, Zamir White's 2022.
Okay, so he was the one before. What I mean is, from that era, this is what I'm talking about. Drafts, give guys time. If those guys break out, these are the guys you want to break out, not your rookies. These are the guys. Like, this is how football works. These are the guys that break out and make you good right now. Yeah,
I agree with that. Do you think Tonka makes the rotation? It's a possibility.
The rotation, yeah, I think he's going to see snaps. He's not going to start. Like, I think on like 3rd and 10, they might work him in. He is twitchy. And I think they're going to play around with, like, have Wilson here, Hemingway, Hemingway is going to obviously has to learn a lot to go. But did you hear what Max said about him this week? Like, Max was talking about, like, he plans on starting next to him.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying Max makes that call, but I was just like, whoa.
I mean, he looked better than I thought he was good. Yeah. I mean, him and JJ Puggeese, I figured it out.
Nice. You must respect him. You must.
I got it right. I got it right. Puggeese. A fan actually helped me out with the translation on the depth chart this week. So helped me out this week.
Oh, to speak it out. Yeah, that's nice. Phonetics.
JJ Puggeese. So we got it. We got it now, guys.
Okay.
All right, we got it. But yeah, he looked really good too. He didn't have like Hemingway had a good PFF grade because he made like a lot of tackles, but like Puggeese was like making he was making what I would say the disruption to allow Hemingway to make those tackles. So you know what I mean. But yeah, Genty had fumble issues. I mean, let's not put that juju in there. I'm not.
Yeah, we got enough problems right now, man. Like this, it's not necessary to be doing that. They did call him. Did you hear you ever hear that clip from Genty saying the Raiders called him? Like, he thought he was going to go. He said he didn't think he would slip past 6 to the Raiders because they, Deacon, the running back coach. I should know this is my Notre Dame guy, but the running back coach called him and said, like, "Hey, what do you think? You gonna hold on to that football? We draft you?" I was like, oh, that's a weird. Don't say that. Like, that's something you just keep between you and your coach.
Ooh, that's bad juju to me.
Yeah, don't tell people that. It was on the St. Brown, St. Brown brothers, podcast. I heard him say that, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, don't say that. Don't ever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good look. All right. There's a Vikings cheerleader comment. I'm not gonna read that one.
Well, they're trying to. Our guy Ryan has been the best super chatter of the night. Do not disrespect him in there. You know.
All right. We got the super chat too. So this is Brendan Carroll's first year as an O-line coach. Do you think his experience will hurt the play of the O-line? I mean, I talked to this O-line guy, this Raiders fan. He's an O-line coach, like in England, and we were kind of talking. And he was saying that their technique is already improved from last year. So I think there's some improvement there, technique wise. But we'll see. I think a little bit it's gonna have to do with the run scheme and how they do it and how they execute it. But yeah, it's a little bit of that. I'm not gonna get too crazy there, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they do. They look great in pass protection though.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, man. You think about this team, 10, in the next decade. Let's just say I don't think Pete has a 3-year plan. By the way, he looks great. Like he's like I think the dude's gonna coach. I mean, he's going to coach until he croaks, I think. Like, so, if the Raiders have him employed, which I don't think they're going to fire him anytime soon. So let's hope not. But you think about a succession plan. People are talking about like Chip Kelly. People are talking about this stuff. What about his son? Like, what if Brendan Carroll is a really good O-line coach? And what if he's able to take over for Chip Kelly at some point? And then what if you're the next? Now, if he's bad, then they're not good at all this year. That's the thing. If he's like Chris Gregg or whatever his name was last year, then they're bad. I think it's a big question. He does have a nice college resume, which I was kind of unaware of. And if he's good, then we're set for a long time, because that's I think he'll stay. I think he'll stick around, because why wouldn't you want to coach for your dad and then maybe eventually take over? I mean, I hate making that proclamation right now, but Brendan Carroll, other than Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll, is probably the most important coach on the staff right now.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Let's get to a couple more questions and we'll start to get to our topics here. Does Moser play special teams? I don't think so.
No, he's more on the bubble, I think, than people think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kind of double question here. Is ceiling, is Koonce flashing? How about Tyree? I would say Koonce's ceiling is really high, but like with the bend that he has and like his ability to win around the corner, and the year he was beating Rashawn Slater. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he is back, and like I said, let's give him. To me, I think we have to give him an extended preseason. Like, I'd give him an extra 4 games to consider as like maybe he makes a few plays, but I think it's still going to take him a little time to get used to playing football again, trusting that knee. There's so much of it is just trusting the knee that it's not going to buckle on you, because everybody I hear talk about ACL surgeries or ACL tearing, because especially in a non-contact situation, they feel like it's a betrayal, right? You're the superhuman athlete, and then your knee just betrays you, right? Like, so it's psychological. You have to trust it. I think it's going to take him a little time to do that, but he's got it, man. He looks good. You see him on the field. Looks like the same old Malcolm Koonce. But I hope they're able to get something out of Tyree to where they're able to break up that rotation a little bit.
Yeah. Sandra broke down tape on Booker. You could see each play is getting off way faster than Tyree. I do not know myself. The defensive lineman used their peripherals to see the ball snap. I will say, you're supposed to be watching the ball. I mean, as a defensive lineman, you're supposed to be watching the football, and like that's why they do like the whole practice thing with like they have like a little ball and a stick, and defensive line coach like pulls the stick back as supposed to help you with your get off. But I will say a thing about Thomas Booker is he has an excellent get off. It's just like after he does his get off is where his problem is. Like, he had this one play where he like beat the defensive lineman, but the defensive lineman was able to recover, and he just like pushed him around the quarterback. And that's kind of his problem, is like he has this awesome get off and he has great upfield bursts, but you just can't do that in the NFL. You got to have more than that. Like you got to have a counter. If a guy gonna just push you up the field because you burst past him, like you just can't depend on that. And I think that's what Booker has to get better at, and why I would see like somebody like Puggies or even Tonka Hemingway playing over him eventually, no matter what. But he just has that. He has that upfield burst, like that initial, get off. And I mean, there's times he's getting off faster than a lot of the Eagles guys when he's playing with the Eagles. But it's more about what do you do after that? Like, cool, you can just get off really fast, but like, what are you doing after that? And that's Booker. And that's why Booker is on the Raiders right now.
And honest. I think Robbie Leonard. I mean, Robbie Leonard. You would think after having him for a little bit of time, what's Booker been here for less than 2 weeks at this point, or about 2 weeks? Maybe we can get a little better in that regard. And like I said, it'd be a great thing if Puggies ends up taking over, and then you just God forbid the Raiders have a little depth at the position.
Yeah. All right, last question, then we'll get to our topics here. I'm gonna get to all your guys' questions. I'm saving all of them. We're ready to get to them. I'm gonna get you a question here.
Yeah, man.
We're active, guys. You guys are active. I love this. If Koonce can't regain form, who's helping Max on the other edge?
How about the number 7 overall pick from 3 years ago? I mean that. It has to be him. Like we count him out, but like at the end of the day, they would trade him if they didn't think he could. They would try to get something for him. They would sell high. They would, or not even sell high, just sell. They would sell and they would do it. It's got to be Tyree Wilson. I mean, they might go look. I mean, I'll put it to you this way: at the end of camp, if they don't bring in somebody like if they don't bring in somebody from a team that at edge, that means they think Tyree can do it. If they do, that means they think, well, we're not sure. So I don't know. I see people want to make a big trade. I don't think the Raiders need to be mortgaging draft picks right now. I really don't think they need to be doing that. I don't think that this is that type of year. I don't think they're that close to winning a Super Bowl. They don't need to be giving up draft picks and stuff. If you find a camp cut that you think, all right, this guy can help in a rotational sense, do it. But it's going to take a committee, and let's hope it's Tyree and Koonce split. That's what we hope for.
People in the chat say Michael Parsons. Somebody even gave us a draft, a 26 first and a third, Zeus and a 27 second. I don't know. I think you're getting up 2 firsts with Michael Parsons.
And why would you give up? Why would you give up the draft picks on a team like this for that? Like we just talked about how we don't have any depth. Like that's the thing. Like, what is Parsons? How many are Raiders a playoff team? Can you guarantee the Raiders are a playoff team if they trade for Michael Parsons right now? I don't think so. I don't think you can.
I don't know. It's hard to say, Glen. It's
hard.
I mean, him and Crosby. I don't know. I would like to see it. I would like to find out.
I don't think so. I don't think they're playing. I think they get like an extra win. Like extra win, maybe 2. But
maybe
like,
2, but
let's say they're a 7-win team, perhaps they're a 9-win team if they trade for him. And look, he's young. Parsons is young, and they could do all that. But I don't know. I kind of like the way Spytech drafts. I mean, we'll see. I just like the process, and I think they'll be able to more or less find guys that can help. I just think they need time. I think these guys need time to like have a couple drafts. And I don't want to do it. I again, if it happens, I'd be immediately intrigued and be like, "Whoa, crazy! That's awesome!" But that's how the Raiders get themselves in trouble: is they never commit to just building. Like nobody expects you to win. You guys, they've stunk for the last 20 years. Nobody's like rushing you guys to win. But every single time the minute they think they're any kind of close, they trade for Devontae Adams. They trade for, you name it, right? They do this, and then they don't have any picks, and then don't get anything from them.
Yeah, I agree with that, dude. All right, so let's get to some of our topics here. First topic is George Kittle. His comments. I wish I had the video or exactly what he said. But here we're talking about today, George Kittle. Does Bachmann make the team? JPJ controversy. Caillou Blue Kelly a starter in preseason week 2. So George Kittle says that the Raiders defense looks like 2015 had people freaking out. Now, if people were not freaking out before, Glen, where they were freaking out after that comment. Oh my God. I saw like people like questioning things like, what are we doing? Why do we get Pete Carroll? Like all these things that are like, guys. That's why I posted that Palomar clip. Was like, guys, I know you guys all saw the Palomar's interception. I know we all watched it together as fans. How do you think Paul Lamar got over there? Do you think he just was playing single high? He just made this amazing, like ridiculous play and just read the field and was like, just knew exactly where to be at that time. It was like, guys, like I think it was like to me, it was like somebody asked George Kittle like a film question, and it was like he didn't watch the film, but he's kind of just talking out of his ass. That's kind of how I feel like.
I thought the more interesting thing was the Crosby comment about Kittle. Right? Did you see that one where they said?
No.
I don't know the techniques, the positions well enough. Is it a 6 or a 4 where you're like lined up right by the tight end? Like if you're at the end.
6.
6. So Kittle was saying, thank you, Patrick Graham. You had Crosby lining up. Basically, I was able to go it was easy. We were able to take Max out of a play because of where he was lined up. Whereas if Crosby was playing his normal position, I guess. I'm getting the quote wrong, so I know a lot of people freaked out about it. Basically, Max was playing so wide they were able to kind of wipe him out of a play, right? I guess is what they were saying. And he was like, they should let Max be Max. And I was just like, you sure they didn't just try something out against you? Like
it's fucking practice, bro.
No, that's what I mean. Like I heard other podcasts talking about Raiders were playing or Niners were playing a bunch of press coverage. And the Raiders were, and they were pressing them. And this is how you're going to beat the Raiders all year. And I was like, these are young receivers. I guarantee you Pete Carroll went over to Robert Saleh and said, who he knows very well, by the way, and said, press these motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Press these young kids. Like, I want them to, like, these coaches intentionally put their players in situations that they're, like, not quite good at yet. That's what practice is for. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, in baseball, when I was playing third base, and I was just making the varsity team, my coach would smoke the ball at me like constantly because I needed to learn, and it was like 10 in a row during infield drills. Everybody else could have put their gloves down and stopped to watch, but he was like, hey, we're not leaving until he fields one cleanly. Guys, I wasn't bad. I'm just saying, like, I was not going to get 10 ground balls hit to me in a row in the game, right? Like, I wasn't going to, but they do these things in practice. So I was just kind of like, look, some of these, I'm not saying there's no concerns on the defense, but I wouldn't just take a comment from George Kittle and make a season prediction based off of it.
Yeah. I thought he was just talking like George Kittle, just kind of talking out his ass. Yeah. And even that comment about Max Crosby, that bothers me because, like, if we play you, right, we're playing you, and Graham is going to adjust the defensive line. One thing Graham does really well is he adjusts the defensive line to, who they're playing. Like, so when they play the Chiefs, they would do wide nines, which is like, where they're like, the guys are like really outside wide. Mm-hmm. And like, if they're doing that against the Niners, they must think of something, or they're practicing something,
Is that contain? Is that like a contain rush? Like, would you do that? Is that where you would line up when you wanted to?
I would say like a normal defensive end is like at a 7. So it's kind of like a little bit outside, but like a wide 9 is like way outside of it, right? So if he's at a 6, that means he's like kind of outside on the, I would say the tackle's outside shoulder. So that's why it like a 5 is lined up directly in front of the tackle, and a 6 is kind of on the outside shoulder, and like a 7 is like by the tight end, and then a wide 9 is way out there, right? Mm-hmm. So he's saying that the guy was he's saying Max Crosby's on the outside shoulder, so it would allow Kittle to chip him from the outside.
Best blocking tight end in the league, by the way. Yeah, like
yeah. So that's what he was saying. But like, if they're doing that means they're doing that for a reason, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, yeah. So if he has that, if he's on that outside shoulder, he's saying that he should be like a wide 9 all the time. But like, yeah, that makes sense, George. Like, if you want to chip him from a chipping perspective, but like, this is practice, man. That's crazy to say. That's just. I don't know what he's talking about.
Thanks for not making fun of me too much, guys, about third base over there. Everybody's like, yeah, you're right. Thank you, guys. You're very nice tonight. The infield had all these weird. It was a JV high school field. We were playing varsity, but we practiced on the JV field, and they had all these divots, and like the ball would come out like a roller coaster. It was crazy.
Yeah. Playing third base is no joke, Glen.
It's weird, man. Like, football players would come play, and they'd be like, "Baseball's for pussies" or something. I'm telling you, like, getting hit by the ball sucks, man. Like it's not. Yeah, you're not getting cracked. I get it. Like, but getting hit by the ball stinks. And I never seen somebody. Oh, football players. Oh. like going like that. Ole on the ball is crazy, dude. It's a different thing. But
that's why I stopped playing baseball in 6th grade because I got to the point where like you guys would throw really hard and I got hit right in the back, and I was like, you know what? It's gonna get faster. It's one of those things. It's gonna get faster from here, and if I can't stand in there now.
I faced Colin Kaepernick once in travel league baseball randomly. He was pitcher. He was playing for Turlock. My gosh. And he didn't know what he was doing. And that's the sad part is he didn't know where it was going. So I wish he had perfect control. I would have just sit there and taken 3 pitches and gone back to the bat. But he didn't know what he was doing. I might have died. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a tough sport. Like people don't get they don't get enough credit for.
He threw smoke. He threw smoke. I was like, this is crazy.
All right. Here we go. So, where do you think the offensive line might rank?
I'll say, well, overall as a unit. So let's say I think they'll be like 18, 19 in run blocking efficient, whatever the run blocking metric is that everyone uses. And then I'll say that they're probably could be top 12 in pass protection. I think they're going to be a good pass protecting unit.
Yeah. I think like this shortest wide receiver, he just said it for me. Ceiling is about like 12th, floor is
that's good. Yeah, that's like if it's just injury, like floor is like injuries. Charles Grant's got to play a few games, which is that's a lot of teams' floor, by the way. That's a lot of teams' floor. Like every team, like no teams have these offensive line is like you just hope they stay healthy all year. That's so much of a problem.
Yeah, man. We're doing a reaction video tomorrow. Of course. I'll probably be on my phone. My nephew has a birthday party.
I know. I gotta miss the game. I gotta record the game. I'm gonna be out doing some stuff. It's at 1:00. I was like, I thought you guys were playing a night game.
Yeah. They don't want any fights, bro. Too many drinks. I mean, it's still gonna be some fights, but it's worse at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say people are turning up, bro. Like, there's no way. It's Vegas. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to stop that. Yeah.
Have you seen anything within the last few weeks that have changed your opinion on players both sides of the field? That's a good question.
Man, I think that's the thing. I guess that's kind of my whole thesis for this is I haven't, and my opinion of this team is the same. It's just I think they're gonna be a good offense. I think it's gonna take a little time. I think they're gonna start a little slow this year, but I think they're gonna. And I think on defense, they have huge problems. And I think they know that they have huge problems. They know. I think they know this. Pete Carroll can coach speak all he wants and talk guys up. I think he knows there's problems. I think he knew that taking the job. But I think offensively, I think they're going to be good. I think they're young. And I think there's going to be mistakes. I think they're going to drop balls. I think there's going to be some problems. And I think it's going to look clunky, but once it gets going, I think it's going to scare a lot of the league, and that's where I haven't changed off of that. And whatever they do tomorrow in the game is not going to change that either.
Yeah. So I mean, if he's just talking about like players, I would say like people are saying in the chat, I would say Adams for sure.
That's true. That's good.
But I would say the guy I was surprised about was Caleb Rogers. I thought he looked pretty good for
Yeah, I know you. I did see your breakdown on that, and you got to think with the way Chip Kelly wants to do a lot of pulling and offensive linemen moving, he's got the athleticism for it. Even if he's not dominant, just the fact that he can get to a spot quicker than a lot of guys on this team. I mean, that's something as long as he knows, and he's played a lot. The difference between him and Charles Grant. I know Charles Grant, played a lot of football because I think he was at, I forget, was it East West Shrine or Senior Bowl? He was at Senior Bowl, so he's a senior. He did play a lot, but Caleb Rogers like a 5-year. He was like COVID year, he played a lot of college football, about as much as you can play. And these are the guys. This is what the Raiders drafted this year. So I don't know if he's going to start this year, but I do feel like if somebody goes down, and he has to play a game, I don't think it's the worst. I wouldn't feel terrible about it. And I think I kind of like their depth going forward at O-line.
Yeah, I my problem with Grant is like put his ass at right tackle, please. Like we have Colton Miller. Like what are we doing?
You're right. No, I agree. Especially if you just signed him too. It's not like I get it if you don't sign Colton Miller if you're doing a Jack Best, Jacoby Myers thing, but you signed him. So Charles Grant would be like, hey man, let's get you you and DJ. I mean, if I'm Charles Grant, I'm asking to play right tackle.
Yeah, like what are they doing with that? Like, why is he playing left tackle? Like I understand you want him to be your future left tackle, but he didn't play right at all
Yeah.
in that game. And I feel like, are we like if we get to okay, we get out of this Colt Miller contract after 3 years, and he is the left tackle, and he's not good, and then we're like completely just like fuck the left tackle.
Yeah, and I will say a lot of people are talking about Glaze looking bad in the game against Seattle, and I won't speak to that. But have you heard anything about camp of him getting his ass kicked in camp? I haven't heard anything about that. So,
No,
and that's where, in my opinion, Chip Kelly's doing a lot more of his offense in camp.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Glaze is okay. I don't feel like just in a game. I mean, yeah, you want him to play well. I mean, you never want to watch your team play poorly, but I haven't heard like, man, he's really getting his ass kicked in camp. Like, it's just not, And I don't know. I think Glaze is fine. I mean, but yeah, if I'm Charles Grant, I'm asking if I can get some reps at right tackle. Like, I would ask my coach and be like, "Hey, coach, I can play both sides." Like just you go, "Hey, coach, maybe he has right," but like you just say. Hey, Coach, Colt Miller's Pro Bowler. I'm more than ready to step in if he goes down. And Mumford, he's the one that's I think a little more on the bubble than people want to admit. I think he's a little more on those when you use 2 picks on linemen like that, and he's the one that needs to play well in the preseason. Is Thayer Mumford. He actually needs to put good preseason film out there. If I'm Charles Grant, I'm trying to get on that right side a little bit too. I think you're right.
Yeah, and as long as they don't put I don't know who number 70 is, that left tackle that played late in the game. As long as he doesn't
Parker
play
Clements, and he's awful.
As long as you don't play.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Whew, as long as he don't play, I think we'll be all right. We'll survive the season here. Next question here. What are your thoughts on the DT rotation? Who would you play on early and late downs? It's another good question.
I'll tell you what. Now I'm not a big Laulu guy. That was the one guy in the preseason where I really was like, "What are you doing?" What's going on? He definitely flashed at moments last year, but I think to me, I think Pegues more or less. I think Laulu will get a lot of early down reps to start the season, but I think after a while, I think Pegues will step in there. I think Hemingway will get phased into. I think Booker. I like Booker. I think what Booker's going to be asked to do on early downs, he can do just fine. I think he's going to be able to free up linebackers. Are linebackers going to make the play? I have no idea, but I think you're going to see. I think if you're say like predict the first 4 linemen, the first snap against the Patriots week 1, I think it'll be Koonce, probably Butler, obviously, and then I think Booker's going to end up having the starting job, and then Crosby. Like that's going to be my 4 across the line. I think you're going to have Adams kind of creep down sometimes, and not. Which hopefully, if Adams is able to like not just be a blitzer guy, I think that actually really helps the D line kind of disguise what they want to do too. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's if I had to go like right now off the rotation, I mean, I would go Pegues, and then I would go I would have him start. I think if you need a nose tackle or a guy who can get physical, I think it's just time to put him out there and let him figure it out, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how good Joel Laulu is going to be, and I think he's kind of falling off. And I think if Thomas Booker, if he plays, it's more about just what he does after he gets that initial push. He just doesn't do too much after that. So that's what I would be a little bit worried about him. And he got pushed back a couple times. Like he was getting drove in the ground a couple times. People aren't showing that film where he's getting drove in the ground for some reason. But like and then maybe mix in like some of the young guys. I think they have to kind of go young at defensive tackle a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then Tyree Wilson on third down. But I still think Adam Butler looked amazing. Nobody was talking about him, but he looked like he's trying to replace Christian Wilkins. That's what he looked like on film. And he hasn't been talked about a lot this week. But man, when he was on the field, he was just destroying that Seattle defensive line. So that made me a little bit excited. So, but I would just like to see the young guys. get a lot of run, in my opinion. I think it's just time.
Pegues. I mean, if Pegues has, I'm telling you, if Pegues has a couple, if he plays well against San Francisco and Arizona, and really flashes, and there's that big rep going around of Pegues against that center, which people were drawing all sorts of conclusions. To me, all the guy did. I think his name's Coach Yak. I think he's like a Niner guy, and he was like, who won the rep? Nobody answered the damn question. Everybody just said, this is why the Niners should have drafted so-and-so. And then the Raider fans were like, Pegues needs to learn to do that. It's like, who won? All he asked was who won the dang rep. And I thought Pegues, I don't know who won. I still couldn't tell because it's kind of a weird, because there's the quarterback step. I don't know. Like, who won the rep, whatever. To me, I was like, Pegues looked quick.
Yeah, he did.
That's all it was. I was like, wow, he looks quick.
He has great bend for his size.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Wasn't his RAS really low? I don't get that. Like, it was like, I thought it was low. Let me see.
Yeah, I think it was.
Let's see. It was, yeah, I think it was relative. Yeah, 4.4.
He's a great bend, man.
Bend. I mean, I don't, maybe he's just not good. Like, yeah, I don't know. He's not much of a workout guy, but yeah, he didn't have much of a vertical and things like that. And, 20-yard and 10-yard splits were like bad and stuff, but I don't know. He looks quick as hell to me.
Yeah. We got a couple super chat questions. We're getting a lot of super chats today, man.
Nice.
You guys are supporting today.
Might be able to keep the lights on.
Yeah, I guess so, man. You drafting linebacker, corner, or safety this next draft?
Yes.
Great answer. I you know what? I hope Tommy Eichenberg has a great year.
Ooh, Tommy.
Right? I hope Tommy Eichenberg has a great year. And just because if he does, right, they don't have to go linebacker like in the first round. Because I don't know what they have to do, and they still might do it high, but corner, because like corner and safety, I think are things that maybe they could do in free agency.
Yeah.
Right, or trades or something like that. They could find a good corner. But it's good. I thought it should have been a defensive draft this year. Next year, it better be one. That's all I'll say. It better be a defensive draft.
For sure. No, I mean they drafted a lot on offense this year. I'm not saying they don't need anything. I mean, look, let's be real. If they're a bad team, they're picking a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they're in the top 10, like if they're bad, they're picking a quarterback.
Yeah.
Or trading down. I mean, they might do that. They might say, Gino, it all depends. It all depends on like why they're picking there. If like if Gino's playing well and they're giving up 35 points a game, and that's different. But if they're picking where I think they're going to be picking, which is like the 15 to 18 range, that's a good spot to pick a linebacker. That's a good spot to pick a corner. That's all of this. Let's just we'll see how it goes. I mean, you just never know. You just never know. You don't know what your team's needs are next year. That's kind of the thing I've noticed is, let's think about last year. The Raiders drafted Brock Bowers. Everyone said they didn't need him. They did.
Yeah.
They needed him.
I agree.
So you don't know what NFL means not for long. Guys get hurt. All these things happen. So to me, I'm still best player available no matter what. Like I just get as much talent on this team and depth as you can.
Which position group do you hope makes a jump from last year? I'm making real quarterback. You're a linebacker. I'm going quarterback.
Well, I know quarterback will. I mean, I don't hope that. I just know it will. I'm gonna say linebackers.
Running back too. Yeah,
I feel like I know. He's saying hope. Like I feel like it's like I feel like I know the running backs. I know Ashton Jetty's better than anything we had last year. I just know it. Even if he's like not even what the elite level like it is, I know he's better. Gino's way better than Minshew and O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
And then to me, it's like the linebacker room, I hope, is just so much better than last year. And I'm not so sure it is. That's the sad part.
All right. Yeah. Who do you think will lead the team in receiving touchdowns this year? And how many touchdowns does he score?
Let's gamble a little bit here.
Okay.
Okay. So if you were setting the odds, who would you put at number one for the Raiders in receiving touchdowns? Would you put Bowers?
Bowers, yeah. I'll go
Okay.
Bowers.
Who would you put 2? Myers?
I mean, from a betting perspective, yes.
Yeah, you're just in Vegas. You're setting the odds. Like, so
probably Myers, and then I would go Mayer. I'll go Mayer third.
Over Tucker. You would go Mayer over Tucker for third.
Yeah, because I think Tucker, even though I know he's getting some play in the red zone, I just think that Mayer, just for the fit of like his size and what he could do in the red zone, I would go with him. And then I would go Tucker and then Genty if that was my
in receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. And then Thornton behind them. So my bet would be Jacoby Myers would be my bet. I think he's going to lead the team in touchdowns this year. Bowers is the safe bet, but Bowers had 5 touchdowns last year. He will have to show. I mean, we know he can do it. I don't think he's going to struggle in the red zone. I think unfortunately the person throwing him the ball struggled in the red zone. And Geno does too, but I think Bowers going to get used down the field. I think he's going to get used in crazy ways. But I value pick to me would be Myers or Tucker.
Yeah. Biggest question mark: run stuffing, defensive line, or secondary? I'm gonna go secondary.
Secondary. I think the secondary is ass. Like I'm not gonna mince words. I'm sorry, guys. Like I don't think the secondary is good at all. I think Pete Carroll thinks he can create. I think this is Pete Carroll's flaw is that he thinks 5th round pick, cool. Richard Sherman, undrafted got Cam Chancellor. I think he just thinks that. He just thinks like I don't know if anybody's ever seen the show Westworld, where like the guy was like they make the little mold out of the guy and stuff, and they're like, that's my robot, and he does this. And that's what Pete Carroll thinks about these like late round. Like I think he gets a little overconfident. Now he could prove me wrong, and I will get a tattoo of him. Like I would love it. I just think the secondary stinks. I mean, look at how much. Eric Stokes has locked down a starting job on the Raiders. That means you suck in secondary.
I know the clip of Tonka Hemingway and like making that play that Ted Glen posted. It has Eric Stokes just like slipping out of nowhere. And like and that's what he does. So like he just like falls. I'm like, bro, nobody's around you. Like, why? This is good grass. So why are you slipping?
This is good grass.
This is good grass.
I like that quote. Yeah.
And he's just like he's like stumbling like somebody made a move on him or something. Like I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I know.
But you guys we're
he's locked down. It's like he is Derek Stingley of this team. Like I just, like that to me is the more concerning of who's starting aside of it. The fact that they've just been like Eric Stokes. He's in the pantheon. He's up there. You can't touch Eric Stokes. Oh, the guy that Green Bay cut or let walk, I should say. Like, yeah, a guy that they were constantly trying to put guys, getting guys the Raiders cut like Keyshawn Nixon and stuff like that. Like and throwing him out there. No, Eric Stokes, you will not get his job. You can learn. That's the problem to me. Is I think and even the safeties. I'll be real. Like even the safeties. Like Jeremy Chinn's. I don't think Jeremy Chinn's been playing that well.
I just never see somebody who's that fast with like 90-year-old man hips. I feel like that's what it feels like when he's out there. It's just like it was just like I just don't understand how you should go find the clip with Ted. I want to find it to show people right now. He just like slips out of nowhere. It's just like I'm like, why are you stumbling? Like nobody's around you. And if Drew Lock was good, fans would want his head if Drew Lock was good. I'll just say that. Fans would want his head right now.
You mean he would have made him pay?
But yeah, like he just made so many mistakes in that game that people just you'll never see from like the broadcast view. Mm-hmm. But like when you watch it on film, like, oh my god, man, please. I hope Darian Porter and Caillou Bouclair are good because. All right. Anyways, let's keep it moving here. So is Booker great? The balls hike. I mean, if I want to keep it real, like he has great get off though. Great get off. Leaky Fotu make the team? No, probably not. Maybe I don't know.
No.
All right. Let's get to our next topic, man. There's just so many questions, man. We got.
Yeah, and this is depressing. These ones. These are depressing.
Let's get to our next topic. Well, I mean, this is kind of a depressing topic too. The JPJ controversy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a controversy. It is. I mean, I don't think it should be. I don't think it's. I truly think this is going to be something people are going to forget happened. You know, like, and there's just so many fans, and I know these are just fans, but I think like it's become this massive like media thing where the Raider, like, what if he's just better at guard than center? Like, is that just not possible? I think a lot of people have listened to, like, they go, well, JPJ played center in college and he won this award. I mean, there's guys that won the Heisman, like Eric Crouch, and they sucked in the NFL. Like, I mean, like college awards are good. You get them forever. Where you fit in the NFL is not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same thing. And all I see, and there were people like freaking out about it, like, there was a tweet by, I think his name was, I can't remember, some Carlos something for the Niners. He was like a beat writer, and he said Jackson Powers Johnson took Alfred Collins, who was somebody I liked in the draft, and just drove him to out of the county, like 20 yards down the field. Niner fans are in the replies going, "Oh, we should have drafted him instead of Ricky Pearsall, Jackson Powers Johnson." Raider fans were like, why isn't he playing center? I don't know. He's dominating. Mm-hmm. And to me, I go back to what I said on the last stream. I don't think I just feel like if Jackson Powers Johnson was dominating at center, he'd be the center. Yeah. And I don't think he is. And I think, and when I say dominating, I think at the point of attack, he's fine. But you're talking about center is a lot of double teams. There's a lot of calculated stuff you have to do. At guard, he can go be a brute, which is what he is. Mm-hmm. And what did Adam Butler say in his a while back? Adam Butler had a crazy press conference where he gave the Wilkins comment, which everyone paid attention to. But the one that was saying, he goes, "I love Jackson Powers Johnson. I think he could be an all-pro guard." Yeah, that's what he said. So again, guys are saying this in camp. He's having a good camp, and all because are what people reacting to is it him saying, "Hi, Ashton Genty, I'm your center." And I remember I sent that to you. I said, "Wow, he must be the center." Well, he's not. And it's about getting your best 5 linemen on the field. You guys should all be happy Alex Kappa's not playing.
Yeah. He's hurt, which
he's hurt, and it's a cracked rib, so that it's going to be a little time. And let's be real, I don't know that Jackson Powers Johnson is just a placeholder for Alex Kappa. I really don't think so. I think they like him. But I think he needed to be challenged. He does. Yeah. Okay. You won the award in college for the best center. Yeah, he won that, but you didn't win shit in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So he might have come in acting that kind of way, and they might have humbled him, and that's how football works. Yeah. Remington Award. Thank you.
The thing is JPJ. I mean, obviously JPJ is not picking up the offense as a center. Let's keep it real.
Exactly.
Let's keep it real. And I think Jordan Meredith, I think Parham said that this week that he is kind of getting them into the best position that they need to. Yeah, see, sort of Locke said JPJ is not. Yeah, I mean,
you're right, Marcus. That's you. I mean,
I like Dylan Parham. Like people don't like Dylan Parham, but I always liked Dylan Parham.
Did you say anything about his weight? Did you say anything about his weight where he's like, I'm not 3? He's like, I've been 332.
Whatever, bro.
Stop lying.
And like, somebody in the chat said like, I haven't seen him move people. You should watch that first run with him and Colton Miller on that first run after Genty ran. I saw those two move those two players, and I was like, oh my god, we should be running that way. Can we run that way? Because yeah, Parham he gained weight. He looks fatter. He looks fat.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
How about this? Add my video to the screen on the bottom if you can. I got it.
Oh, you got him slip it? You got him slip it?
I know it has not. I know we're on to something else, but I did download it. I got my ways. Play it again. Play it again. Watch Eric Stokes, 22. Whoop.
Yeah, Glen's like, I gotta find this video.
I did, because I got a Twitter video downloader. I found it, so I was like, "Let me steal this from Ted real fast."
Oh, I gotta watch it every time.
Yeah.
It's just.
There we go. Breaking down to make a whoop.
Tyree is getting pushed back there. Somebody said, "Look at Tyree."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a badass play by Tonka Hemingway, though, I will say.
Great play, Tonka. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally said that to Matt. I was like, Matt, look at this dude stumble.
More like Eric Stilts. He's like walking on stilts. Just hey. That is our unquestioned starter at corner.
All right. Anyways.
Sorry, we were talking about O-line. I felt like we had to do that, though.
I gotta watch it over time.
Yeah, I knew you'd want to watch it. Hey, Tyree's in position. He's getting pushed back, but he's in position. Yeah, Tommy was there, though. Tommy knew he had to go make a play because he knew Stokes was gonna fall.
Oh. All right. I lost full train of thought here.
Yeah, I mean, dang, man. I mean, the equipment manager's got to see that film and be like, Eric, come talk to me. We gotta make this work.
We gotta get some new cleats, bro.
Yeah. I mean, is he playing in soaps? I there was a shoe back in the day where you used to. It was before Heelys. Back before you could do the Heelys, it was a thing where you could jump and you could go on a rail and slide down it, and that's what it looks like he had on.
But see, the thing is, like, that's all the time on film. It's like he would just like slip, and it would like be like, bro, why are you slipping? Anyways. All right,
we're talking about the O-line though.
There's another O-line.
I think Jack Sparrows Johnson's having a good camp. Like he's having a good camp, and I think it's like, he's an emotional guy. I mean, we're talking. This is an old school Raider lineman, and I think now we have access to a lot of sound bites and a lot of this stuff. But this is just classic, like young player, experienced coach. I've seen a bunch of you. You've never had a guy like me as a coach, and this is like. I'm gonna knock you down a peg before someone else does. And I think that's what happened. And even if it didn't, maybe he's just a really good guard. And maybe that's why he slipped a little bit in the draft. Maybe everyone had questions about him at center because 2 coaching regimes. Now we can say the last one didn't know what they were talking about. I think this one has a track record of like knowing what they're doing a little bit to where it's like, we're putting you at guard too. If it sounds like a dog, it sounds like a guard, this is a guard, maybe it's a guard, right? Like, and that's just, and the big question to me is Meredith good at center? We got to see.
Yeah.
We got to see. And if he's not, you got JPJ.
There was the head bobbing problem that he had this week, but I don't know if they probably, I think they can get that fixed on film. I think they can get that fixed. And I don't know if that was just that linebacker, Drew Thomas, whatever his name is.
Drake Thomas. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I watched your guys' thing. I was like, is that where he's at now? God.
And he was balling, too. I was like...
Of course. He looked great last year for us. Yeah. Just Divine Diablo just was so nice. Yeah.
Divine Diablo is so good. We can't take this super instinctful linebacker.
Greg, we have an embarrassment of riches at this position. We have Luke Masterson and Divine Diablo. There's no path to you on this team. Best of luck to you. Hopefully a bad linebacking core could have you on there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh man. All right, let's back these questions here. Where do you get all these one move defensive linemen? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I think he's talking about Booker here. Clowney or one of the Smiths?
I would not hate Clowney at all.
I wouldn't either. I mean, Clowney.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And even then, you figure that's a guy on a 1-year deal. He's made plenty of money in this league. Tyree could learn a thing or two from him. Being a high draft pick, had to learn a thing or two. Jadeveon Clowney had the play of the century where he tore that guy's head off and got the ball with his palmed the ball off the ground. And then, in the league, it got drafted and was not better than Khalil Mack or anything, but still had a great career in the NFL. And I would actually bring him in for Tyree's sake.
Yeah. Over under the line gets reshuffled, not due to injury.
I mean, they get injured. Linemen get injured. It's going to happen. That's why I'm glad they drafted. I didn't like the Rodgers pick, but now I'm warming up to it.
Yeah.
With Grant and him, it gives you decent depth there. I think Mumford's the one I'm a little worried about, so hopefully he gets it together. But they're going to get hurt, guys. Linemen get hurt. That's what happens. I mean, it's not even your fault half the time. People just fall on your ankle.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do the missed tackles on tape look more like poor fundamentals or adjustment to a new system?
I just don't think they practice it.
Yeah, and I think they have linebackers who can't tackle.
I mean, Landon Roberts can't tackle.
I mean, he can, I guess, but
Yeah, like that's the weird part to me is like that's all you do is like that. Like you don't cover. That's the thing. If you don't cover on tape, that's what that you don't do that. But Landon Roberts, I mean, I know Devin. That's the thing. People think Devin White is like a tackling machine. He does tackle a lot of people, but it's just one-on-one. It doesn't. He's not just stuffing people the way that people think he does. I'm worried. I'm worried about the entire defense, to be quite honest. But yeah, I don't know. I think to me, I think they're gonna. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but I think the players' union is gonna have to come to terms that these guys are gonna have to hit each other more in practice.
yeah,
Like it's just the first. It's just bad. It's just bad football. Like you know, and I feel like half the injuries in camp are like non-contact. So it's like, what are you really saving people from? Put the Marvin the Martian helmets on everybody. Who cares in camp? Like do that, but let them hit.
as long as they hit a quarterback.
Exactly. And the players want to do it. The players, I don't think the players I don't think it's the players think, oh, I don't want to hit during camp. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, NFL players, they just want to take as much time off as they can. They didn't want guaranteed money. They just didn't want to practice.
Yeah. But I will say, a lot of times they don't want to practice because the pads ain't on and they're not hitting. That's boring. Like I feel like when you put pads on and play, they'll want to play. You know,
Yeah.
and I think this is what these guys get paid to do. It's a weird thing to not let these guys do what they're paid to do.
Yeah. Next question: could Rodgers' arm length not there, but DJ Glaze struggles? Could he maybe be the guy right tackle? I think they would probably try it.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. No, I think so. Again, I hope Grant's the one, dude. Grant's got crazy arm length. I saw an interview where he was just in the Raiders official podcast, and man, his arms are crazy long. Put him at right tackle.
Oh man, I think this team is obviously very what I would say tradey. Like that's a new word I made up.
Trait driven, yeah.
Trait driven, because Meredith, they saw Jordan Meredith's film, is like, well, we can't play him at guard though.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? We can't do it. We can't play him at guard. So, like, JPJ, I'm sorry. You know, I don't know what to tell you, but you can't play center here because we got to get this other guy in the field, and his arms are too short to play guard for us. So
arms are too short to box with guard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, I think that I mean, it's interesting that like because Meredith has good tape at guard, and they were just like that's kind of the thing that bothers me a little bit about this organization. It has good tape. Like I feel like the tape does lie for this organization. Don't you think that with this new staff, it kind of lies a little bit.
A little bit, it does.
Because like you think about Bennett, like I don't think Bennett was having a bad camp. I think he just couldn't sprout arms long enough and couldn't stretch his bones a little longer and become 6'1", like he couldn't do that. So they said, well, see you later. And with Meredith, it's like, but I will say, I do think the offensive line configuration, it seems like everybody's on the same page with it except the fans. And when that happens, I'm always like, fans, shut up. We haven't watched good football in a long time, so you don't know what it is.
Yeah. Corey Bennett wasn't that good for that reaction that people gave.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, again, the Corey Bennett debate was he could have been like CB5. Like if we were down to nothing, I would love to put Corey Bennett out there instead of I did say Caillou Blue Kelly, but he might be CB2 at this point. So I don't even want to. I mean, that's crazy. We'll talk about that. But yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man. Will Lake Itasi make the final 53?
No, and he doesn't have to. I don't think fans know this yet, but he is a protected player in the international player program. It's an extra practice squad thing. He can't be poached from the Raiders roster. It doesn't matter. He needs to learn football. I do think next year he could make 53-man roster.
Yeah, I think there's a chance.
There's a chance next year. And when you're talking about this is what we want at guard, that's what they want at guard. 6'6", 370, quick feet, hitting people. That's what they want. And I think next year, and I think it's a great use of that position on the team. I really think he can do something.
Yeah, we got so many questions. We got 60 questions already today, man.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to keep up with you guys' questions. Let's get to the topic. This is I got a super chat, but this is a great transition here. Will wide receiver Alex Bachmann make the football team? This is one of our topics.
Yeah, this is one of our topics. That's a great question. First off, it's the best presser of a player I've seen in so long. I mean, I'll tell you right now, you could play his press conference the other day with the Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares instrumental underneath it. I mean, I was ready to be like, Bachmann. Guys, if you're on Twitter right now, find Alex Bachmann on social media and tell him to go on Tape Don't Lie. Marcus and I will interview him if he agrees. Yeah. That's our guarantee. And we'll pre-record it, whatever we have to do. Fill it around the time. We'll do it. But because I think he's fantastic. I'm rooting for him. I think he's played well the last 2 preseasons. Yeah. And if you don't know about his story, he's like a 7-year, 8-year guy that has floated around the league because of like technicalities. He said COVID roster expansion. The reason I think he is a Raider is because in 2020 or 2021, when COVID allowed for like emergency players, basically, if there was like a outbreak amongst the team, he was a backup corner. An emergency corner for Patrick Graham on the Giants, which is nuts. Wow. And I'm guessing that's how he got on the Raiders' radar. Now, he's played for a bunch of people. He said he'd be in rooms and they would go, "This is the type of player we're looking for, just like Bachmann." And they would circle his name and then they would cut him the next day. like he would say, I was like, this is crazy. NFL, man. And he had this pain in his eyes. I know he wasn't lying. I'm telling you, like, I was like, he had a pain in his eyes about it. And they asked him, "Is this your best camp so far?" Because, you know, he's getting the most buzz than he's ever had. Yeah. And he said, "Nah," he's like, I've had like great, like, I've had like camps where I thought I played like even better and I was cut. It just this is a crazy business. I want you guys to know. And I guess what I'm saying here is, and he's from like, I want to say he's from like the 805 area code, maybe Ventura or something like that around there. So he grew up like a USC fan, like loves Pete Carroll. I'll say this right now. I think he's a better player than Tommy Millott. I don't think you could debate that in the slightest. I think he's better at wide receiver and probably special teams than Tommy Millott. Now, if Tommy goes out and was crazy against the Niners, we'll see. But the problem is a lot of people are worried about losing Tommy Millott to another team if they were to cut him. I don't see a lot of teams taking Tommy Millott and putting them on their 53-man roster. I just don't think he knows how to play wide receiver yet. And that's okay. I don't think the Raiders anticipated this happening right away. I think Julian Edelman took some time. It's a while. I think they can get I think Bachmann, and I think it's between Bachmann, Colin Johnson, which apparently he's having a great camp. I haven't really been impressed with anything I've seen from him, to be honest. He is a San Jose guy, though, so Valley Christian High School. I will always pull for guys like that. And he's 6'5", and I know Alex Bachmann's looking like shit, a guy with something I can't do.
Yeah.
I think Bachmann has earned a spot on this team.
To be honest, I think he's earned a spot because I think he's a special teams player, too.
Exactly.
I think he'd make the team. I know some people
but will he? Because of the draft, they invested in Tommy Millott on a draft pick. Do you want to cut a 6th-round pick for Alex Bachmann? What does competition mean, Pete? What does competition mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, is it a true competition? Because nobody can look at Tommy Millott and say he's played better than Alex Bachmann. I take the risk and try to get Tommy Millott on my practice squad.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody's picking a Tommy Millott. I don't think anybody was going to draft Tommy Millott besides that.
There's a lot of people that didn't have a draftable grade on him. I think there were like 2 or 3 teams that loved him. But when you say love him, they loved what he could be 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Which he might. He's athletic as hell, and he might learn. And I think he'll work his ass off. Right now, Alex Bachmann could be like an emergency slot guy. I think he's played well. I think he's, he looks good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Bachmann, even when he played last year, when he played a game against the Steelers, he had to play when when Myers was down, all those receivers, and he didn't look that bad either. So I think he's gonna make the team just because he's a special teams guy, and I think they're gonna take that.
It would be the first time he's ever made.
It
would be the first time in 7 or 8 years that he's made a roster coming out of camp.
I thought he made the team last year, didn't he?
No,
he did.
He said coming out of camp. I think he was practice squad last year.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, I say take the risk with Tommy Millett. I'm sorry. I think you just take the risk. Like if a team says, nope, that's on my 53-man roster, you telling me that Tommy Millett's going to be wide receiver 4 or 5 on some team right now other than the Raiders? I just don't see that. I take the risk there. And to me, I see the hunger and like on Bachmann and he's played well. I mean, like, is he dropping the ball? I mean, like, no, he does everything they ask of him. I think on that 4 verticals that they did with, like, he finds the soft spot. He knows he catches. He's got sound hands. Mm-hmm. I think, and you hear about it. People say Colin Johnson's had a great camp. I heard Vinny Bonsignor say that. And I was just like, I watched him in the game and I don't see him use that 6'5" the way that Alex Bachmann uses his frame.
Colin Johnson can't separate.
Yeah, he went to Valley Christian High School and they suck at football. They're for a Catholic private school in the Bay Area. They suck at football. I mean, he went to Texas. I mean, obviously he balled out. He got a scholarship to Texas, but you know, like, just
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. But yeah, I think Bachmann makes team just because of special teams.
I hope so, man. I'm pulling for him. But like I said, guys, go on Twitter, find him, tag him, tell him to come on Tape Don't Lie. I'm sure Marcus will try to get him on too. But I would love to pick his brain for a little bit because I mean, those are the type of guys that have the best NFL stories. Is the guys who have like just gone to every organization, have been cut by every team, have gone through roller coaster, but really just mostly down. But again, have stayed in the league, have been cut, sitting on the couch. Truly great. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has a huge game-winning touchdown for the Raiders this year, like just randomly, like Seth Roberts. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like a Seth Roberts situation.
Yeah. Oh, I feel you, dude. All right. So I got like 800 questions here we got to get to this because some of these questions are quick here. Well, who will be cut first?
It all happens at once. It all happens at once. Yeah. It's not like it's not like back in the day. I think 2 years ago they changed this. It's all after that third preseason game. They do the cuts all at once. So it's really not a first thing. They release the sheet of cuts. It's not like back in the day. Yeah.
All right. Who's our true NT? It'd have to be Puggies, right?
Booker too.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a DT though. He's not an NT. I don't know about that. I would say Puggies. That's what I'll go with. All right, safety. Oh, I didn't want to answer this question because this is a depressing question. Do you think they're comfortable with safeties? No. No. I mean, Lonnie Johnson was about to play.
And they loved him. They loved him. They thought he would. I mean, like they talked about it like a valuable starter left this team.
Oof. Safety's so tough for me right now. I mean, Palomar is the best safety on the team right now.
Yeah, and he's pretty limited, I think.
Yeah,
smart. I think he's a smart player. I think it's just sometimes he just can't make tackles or like can't make plays. I think he knows what to do, but just.
Yeah, he's a smart player. He knows what he's doing, and he deserves to play.
And he's big. He's big, but it's just like, man, you're gonna have to get in there and get your nose dirty sometimes, and really use that size and knock people around. That's what we're gonna need from him this year. And Jeremy Chin, I mean, I'm really hoping that he's on a 1-year deal. Like he's gonna have to play well.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Jeremy Chin's not mailing it in like on some 4-year deal or something. Like it seems like he's just been getting beat constantly. I've been hearing like around the edges.
Yeah. Yeah, Chin's got to play better. Okay, he's got to play better too. Dalton Wagner's still on the roster. Yeah, he's still on the roster. he played pretty well. Number 70 just cannot play in NFL. He cannot play in my NFL team or any NFL team that I know. Number 70. You said his name, but I didn't want to know his name. He was just. Mm-hmm. Good luck, man. I hope you become an O-line coach or something like that. Good luck, bro. Good luck.
Show your own tape. Yeah.
I mean, don't show your own personal tape. But
no, just go, hey, guys, this is why I'm coaching you because I know what I should have been doing here, but I didn't do it.
I know your parents are proud of you that you're here, and I don't want to ruin your parents or how proud of you they are, but
yeah, he gets absolutely rolled over by the end. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
whew, man. All right. Is there any player that is succeeding despite their flaws, limitations, including genetic? Oh, that's good. That's a good question. Oops. Jordan Meredith, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's let me see. Sorry, I was looking up because somebody said Laki Tassi can be poached from the Raiders. That is interesting.
He can be.
See, I thought it was a protection in the international player program. I thought it was, and I'm looking it up. I'm trying to find out if somebody can poach him to take to the active roster. But I don't think anyone's going to put him on the active roster this year. He just learned how to play. Like, he doesn't know how to play football yet.
Yeah, he's literally just they're like, block the guy in front of you. He's like, okay, and that's what he's doing. But he has like no technique at all. Like, it's just pure.
Yeah. I think you still try to get him in. You can't, because again, this is a guy you have to if he's on your active roster, you're gonna have to think he might have to play at some point, and that's a little scary. But I'm sorry, the question that you put up earlier, if you have it,
the limitation one, this one.
Is there any player decide? Yeah, I mean, Lauby's is definitely one that I'm seeing right now. Yeah, I mean, I think here's my thing. Jack Besh, people think he's like really slow, and maybe he doesn't have top end speed. I think he's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
People are like, he's so slow, he can separate. That's what everybody says. Can separate. And like, no, they say I see a lot of you can always tell who values PFF as gospel, because PFF for many years, all they did when they were talking about wide receivers, they did not care what you did at the catch point.
Sky Moore,
Andy Isabella, Jerry Jeudy. I mean, Jerry Judy's having a good time now, but he was the separation god. He was Jerry Rice, coming out. It was all these guys. Jack Besh makes plays at the catch point. I value the catch point more than these separation things. Look, I understand you got to create separation, but it doesn't matter, because the separation you create in college will not be the same that you do in the NFL. You might still be able to separate, but the window closes. What can you do at the catch point? And I know Jack Besh is a dog at that point. So I will say, people talk about his long speed and stuff. I think I like Besh. So that's actually my pick. A second round pick, oddly, but people just don't like him.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, he ran a great route. This is what I'm saying, because that's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes receivers are so dependent on a quarterback. Because let's just say O'Connell just doesn't freak out and throws him the ball when he's wide open and he runs a great route, and that gets a replay. Then we might not even be having this conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's like sometimes it's kind of dumb to be like, this guy can't separate. Like, well, yeah, maybe he can, but maybe the quarterback can't give him the ball either. Yeah. So he's saying he does have to clear waivers.
I just thought the international player thing gave you some sort of protection, but I guess I'm wrong.
Nobody's taking him on waivers, bro.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrong on that. So I'll say that much. I thought the international player thing was a protection. I guess it's not.
All right. Early QB college rankings, man. Well, that's tough for you. You're gonna put me on the spot here.
John Mateer, the gambler.
I watched Mateer a little bit last year, but I wasn't that impressed.
He's gonna be at Oklahoma this year, though.
I know. I wasn't that impressed, though. I like Lenore Sellers. I do like Sellers.
Mendoza, my guy Fernando Mendoza.
I do like Mendoza.
He's a little baller, dude. He's gonna be at Indiana this year, I think.
Indiana, yeah, he's in Indiana. I'm not. Who's getting a lot of buzz is Cade Klubenek. He's getting a lot of. I don't see that.
He's small too. I thought if he was bigger, I would be like, yeah, that's fine. Take the thing. I think Aller's the one that I don't think he's good right now. Here's the thing. Do it this year. Penn State, he has no excuse this year at Penn State. They should be contending for a national title if he is that guy. And, everybody made excuses for him last year. He didn't have wide receivers. All right, man. Like, make plays. To me, I think Sellers, Lagway's not coming out yet, but Lagway, I think, is a baller out of Florida.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Garrett Nussmeier.
Oh, that's what I forgot. I see.
He's a bad motherfucker.
If I honestly had to go with the QB1 right now, it would be him.
Did you watch the SEC show on Netflix?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I was like, man, Nussmeier's a baller, dude. You watch a guy like Graham Mertz from Florida versus like a guy like Nussmeier. They have the same game, but like Nussmeier's a baller. They're like, please come back, Garrett. Like he's a baller, and I think Nussmeier, man. I'm telling you, man.
I like his film a lot.
Yeah.
Graham Mertz had me dying on that show though.
And you can handle tough coaching because you have Brian Kelly, and he's a dick. So
yeah. Graham Mertz had me dying. Like you really thought you were going to keep that job away from DJ Lagway?
Yeah, if you guys are looking for football content to watch, it gets no better.
That's a great show. That's a great show.
Any given Saturday, we were floored. My wife doesn't even follow college football, and she was like, "This is phenomenal."
And you got to hear the word program.
And you just get to find out like Mississippi State, big fat guy from Mississippi State. You know what I mean? Like the coach and the program, the all that they do, good fan stuff. I was like, guys, do this for every conference, but definitely the SEC.
Yeah.
Like it's called Any Given Saturday.
Yeah, Any Given Saturday on Netflix. It's a great show. Yeah. Any Given Sunday, guys. Great show.
Any Given Saturday,
whatever.
Any Given Sunday's a movie. But yeah, Any Given Saturday, SEC football, great show. Just watch it. Like I'm telling you, it's like 6-7 episodes. You'll go through it quick. If you're like, again, instead of overreacting to stupid clips from training camp that don't mean anything, that are guys working on things, watch some good content like that. That's good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So you got early. Since now you're getting crazy, guys. I mean,
come on, guys. We got a season coming up. A real football season happening.
I mean, I could find it for you for some other draft guys because I probably pull up Matt stuff and Matt does DTs. But man, you guys are that's just a lot of work for me. That means.
And I've been seeing Matt post some guys though. So follow Matt Holder. I mean, Matt Holder's been posting some people. There's that guy for Clemson. I was like, oh.
I feel like super deep in draft stuff. Like I like women, so like it's like, you know what I mean. Like,
who would you draft there? Yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I like hanging out. You know.
Wow, the rapper in you just came out. You said shots there.
It's just kind of true. It's just kind of true. Anyways, see, I mean, you know, and you know, it's, I don't know. I just feel like the deep dive early draft stuff is it's for like,
yeah. No, I mean the early draft. I'm always just like, bro, we got a college football season going. And the thing is, like, bro, I'll tell you this way. 2 years ago or whatever it was, the consensus number one quarterback was Spencer Rattler. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. You know,
who gives a shit? Spencer Rattler. I remember one time it was Robert Kemdiche. You know, like these guys, top pick, can't miss. And then and then guess what? A college football season happens and they stink.
Yeah. I'm not saying you gotta relax in the draft.
Relax on the draft. Yeah, you do get it. Relax on the draft. There's a football season coming. If the Raiders are 2-7, that's when you start watching draft stuff, and that's after week 9 or 10.
Oh man. Anyways, all right. Do you guys think Chip Kelly would be able to make the offense popular? Yeah, I do.
I do, but I see you think they're going to start fast. I think they're going to start slow because I think there's going to be stupid illegal formation penalties, stupid because they're young on offense, so they're gonna. I think it's going to take a while, and I think by like week 5 they're going to be like, whoa, they're going to light somebody up like Chicago week 4. They're going to light somebody up for like they'll be like 1-2 or something, and then light up Chicago and be like, damn.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is going to happen. But I do think Kelly's going to cook, man. And it's going to be interesting if Kelly cooks. You know, I know we didn't say look too far to the future, but with offensive coordinators, you never know. He says he doesn't want to be a head coach anymore, right? He's like, I love calling plays. They all got that dog in them. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they cook super hard this year on offense. If Chip Kelly really, really feels that way.
Yeah. All right. Remind me questions. People give me shit that this am I on MILF Watch? Yeah, I mean, I am an older man, and I'm single, so I do date milfs. So that's
Yeah.
something I do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Somebody decided that was a good idea at some point. So then why not do it again? It's like Eric Stokes.
Yeah.
Somebody took them first round. Somebody took him first round once.
Exactly. What is the reason most people miss the skill jump from college to the NFL? I think it is. I would say one is the length of the field.
Yeah.
I think that the length of the field to the outside is a totally different game.
Totally.
Also, I think it's some guys just don't watch film like that. And when you're in college, like, and you're you're just a great player.
Yeah.
You ain't got to watch film, man. Like let's perfect example is Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and like you view it's just and that was like to me when Dante Thornton came in the league, I thought he was one of those guys that didn't thought, just being so big, so tall, so fast, thinking like, oh, I can run. And I'm glad that he seems to be a guy that likes to watch film, likes to get better, understands what he needs to do. But there's a lot of guys that have those builds that come out of college and they're just like, well, I'm built different. Like it doesn't matter. And there's just people who like treat the NFL like a job, treat it like a career, treat it like a passion, and they do anything to stop you. And it's the best of the best. I mean, it's mentally, I mean, like the media cycle, like, yeah, if you play in the SEC, I mean, there's a reason people draft a lot out of the SEC. It's not just because they're good. It's because they're used to a media cycle. If you have a bad game, that's a great thing about that documentary. I keep talking about it, but any given Saturday is like the media cycle of like, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. Fuck him. Fire him. In Florida raised $27 million to buy out Billy Napier. They just raised that. They just came up with that randomly, so player, even then, that's still not what the NFL is. Like you have to be ready for Stephen A. Smith to tell you stink on TV because you dropped the pass.
Yeah.
And forget your name. Get your name wrong because you're not worth remembering.
Yeah. All right. There's just so many questions, man. I'm trying to get all these questions. I don't want to leave people hanging here.
Are we done with topics? I think it wasn't.
I know we got a couple more topics, but we're already at hour 40, bro. Like we got, I got at least like 30 questions to get to. Marcus, with the secondary issue with breakdowns, do you see them simplifying the scheme to the Gus Bradley scheme? If they get to that point, we're in trouble. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say to that question.
That messes with the pass rush a little bit too, because smart quarterbacks take what's in front of them, and that doesn't allow your pass rush to get home. That's what always bothered me about that Gus Bradley cover 3 was just like Max just like needed an extra 0.2 seconds to get there, but they would just hit that little curl route, Yeah,
because it all depends on tackling if they get like that, and if they can't tackle, man, they're in trouble. It's all bad. Any word on how Koonce looks in camp? I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything either, though. Really.
No, I guess I give him some time. I think he's gonna have to learn to trust that knee.
Yeah. Short of serious. Go to give me some coffee to miss the next 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So these questions. All right. Isn't the secondary all Pete? All in Pete? I mean, yeah.
I mean, what is it? Okay. The question is, what is philosophy versus scheme, right? Because Pete's gonna have the philosophy, and you understand why they didn't keep Ja'Cory Bennett. I think that they do want to play that zone because you're gonna have to be able to close those windows with big long arms, and if they don't keep Ja'Cory Bennett, that makes me think that they want a team full of 6'3", 6'4" guys that close down windows, and I don't love that, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think he gets. I think the length thing is cool, but I kind of feel like it's. I think you miss out on some good players when you just stick to that, right? Because not every corner, like that's how you miss on a Will Johnson, right? Look at Will Johnson at Cardinals camp. He has 30-inch arms. Yeah,
is he balling? Yeah. That's to me. I kind of wish, like, to me, it's just kind of like. Good football is good football a lot of times. Like, and if guys have good tape, like get them. It's just the one thing I'm kind of bummed out about. And it's what they do, it's Pete's shown this for years. So it's not a surprise, but I guess we just look at it a little under more of a microscope because it's our team.
Yeah. Is sacking coachable? In the NFL, that's I don't know about that.
Yeah, but why did people come here and forget how to tackle? That's my problem. It's like it's weird. Like they'll go somewhere else and then tackle, or come here, not tackle, go somewhere else and then they're tackling again. That's the thing I hate.
Yeah, man. Somebody did ask about Warner smacking Thornton after.
I liked it. I like that kind of stuff. You got hit by the best in camp and it didn't count. Like Fred Warner is the best, and he will go down as like Ray Lewis level at the end of his career. Now we drafted Brandon Parker over him. Not trying to bring that up, but Brandon Parker's still in the league, by the way, which is kind of crazy. But
is he really?
I think he's with Atlanta or somebody. Wow. He's with somebody right now. He's somebody's back, like in somebody's camp right now, which that is crazy. But Fred Warner is a beast, and to me, like. People get concerned when they hear that. I get excited. A rookie got hit by Fred Warner in camp, and it didn't count yet. Who's going to hit you harder than that? Yeah. Maybe a couple guys, but at least you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Is this a make or break game for AOC? And then kind of the same question here. Do you think AOC needs a good first half? No, if struggles go to Cam, we fall behind.
He's the backup quarterback this year.
You think so?
Yeah. Think so? I don't think Cam Miller. I think with what they want to do, I think Pete wants to be competitive this year. I don't know if that Pete knows yet. I think Pete kind of secretly knows they're not the best roster, but I think to me, you're just I think they're going to keep O'Connell for a year. And I'm hoping he has a really good next couple of games. And if they don't see him as the backup, maybe you find able to get a 6th round pick for him or something and trade him. But I still think he's the backup quarterback. I think people value guys who have started games and won before. That does count. Is he great? No, but Cam Miller hasn't started a game yet. And I think they're going to be able to keep him around and develop him. And it's not like Cam Miller's got some rocket arm. He really doesn't. So it's not like he's just got this like Josh Allen arm, whereas O'Connell doesn't. They kind of have the same arm strength, so it's like I think O'Connell's the backup for another year.
Yeah, I think you make some good points. I think if AOC goes out there and plays absolutely terrible tomorrow, then yeah, and then Cam Miller plays pretty well. But yeah. I think AOC kind of calmed down after the beginning of the game. So, and he's had a good camp, which I think camp does matter. Mm-hmm. So I think he's got a shot to kind of keep that job. But if he goes out there and just stinks the place up tomorrow.
Wow. You think so, huh?
Yeah, there might be a chance, but it all depends. It all depends on that. I think but Aiden O'Connell is the type of guy who will play like shit against Seahawks and then go out tomorrow against the 49ers and just ball and throw 3 touchdowns. Because that's just him. That's what he does. He's Mr. Inconsistent. Like, it's one game, he's like, oh my God, maybe you're a starter. And the next game, I'm like, oh, you shouldn't play in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's Aiden O'Connell. So.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, that's what backup quarterbacks are. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what backup quarterbacks do is they stink and then they're good. They stink, then they're good. And that's why they're backup quarterbacks.
100%. Meyer, Tucker, Thornton, Besh, and who else?
Bachmann.
So Bachmann. Do they keep 6? What about
that's
Jackson?
The problem. Is he the one? Because to me, everybody, the beat writers are saying Colin Johnson, which I don't see. I don't think he's good at football, and I'd rather take this guy. But Jackson, you might be able to stash on your practice squad. You might be able to do that. Mm-hmm. Like Jackson's not a rookie. He's been around a couple years. It's not like he's this guy that like GMs were like, oh, we were hoping to draft him. Like he's been in the league 2 years. Same with Colin Johnson. I would give Bachmann the that because I think they have a good mix of size and speed already on the roster, and I think Bachmann would just give them kind of a veteran who kind of knows what to do on a football field, like in an emergency situation. I think they keep 5 because I think you're going to keep 4 tight ends. Because if you want to play 12 personnel, you're going to need 4 tight ends because you're going to need 2 starters, 2 backups. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to go 1 more tight end, 1 less receiver.
Yeah. I agree with that. I do. 2 surprise cuts, 2 surprise makes.
Oh, 2 surprise. So, sorry, 2 surprise cuts.
2 surprise makes.
Makes. Okay. Surprise cut. I guess I'll go Tommy Millott. Which I don't know how much of a surprise that is at this point, but he's a draft pick, so I'll say he's a cut. I think Cody Lindenberg's a cut.
Ooh, that's a good surprise one.
We'll see. We'll see what he does the next couple of games. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't cut 2 picks. Maybe they won't cut 2 draft picks, but they had 11 picks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they only had 7. I'm just trying to think who would surprise me. It's like that would be it. Surprise make the team? Bachmann, I guess. I think some fans would be surprised. I don't think anybody in the comment section will be. And then like Justin Shorter would be my surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Make the team. Because
I
think, yeah, I hear his name mentioned, and all that. Yeah. Oh, with walkie-talkie, by the way, I would just tell him to fall awkwardly in the practice facility so they could IR him. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Lockie, when you get up out of your chair, just grab your back like you slipped a disc, and we'll IR you. You get paid all year.
My 2 surprise cuts. I'm gonna go Darnay Holmes.
Would that surprise you?
No, but I not me, but I feel like that might surprise fans because they don't have a slot corner. I'll go Darnay Holmes, and you know what? I feel like surprise. Like if I'm going surprise, which this sounds crazy right now, but like Jonah Lalu.
I'm telling you, Pete Carroll's body language talking about him was like, like what are you doing, dude? That's not a bad. That's a good one right there.
And his 2 surprise makes would be
Charles Snowden too. I think I don't know if that's a surprise, but I think he's gonna get cut.
Yeah, that I don't know how much that'd be surprised though.
It's not a surprise. Yeah,
just 2 surprise makes. I would go like Jackson. That would be a surprise. And I think, who else? Probably like, see, it sounds crazy, but like when we went into this offseason, we didn't think it was Dylan Lobby. I think Dylan Lobby would be more of a surprise make too at this point because how many running backs are they to keep?
Yeah, it's true. If he made the team over Raheem Mostert, I think like to the national media, people would be like, what? Raheem Mostert had 20 touchdowns 2 years ago. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, Dylan Lobby. Yeah. I think he is going to make the team. I mean, look, like now he could fumble twice tomorrow.
Exactly.
So we are putting the cart before the horse a little bit here, but he looks good, man. And I think Chip Kelly's going to value what he does. I think Chip Kelly sees what he can do. And if you have a mixture, your backfield is Genty, Zamir White, Sincere McCormick, and Dylan Lowby. I mean, it's funny how much of last year carries over, by the way. I'm like, damn, that's 3 guys from last year. I thought they'd scrap the whole room the way they ran the ball last year, but no. You just added Genty to that group. But I could see them doing that.
Yeah. All right. Surprise player of the season.
Surprise player of the season. Huh. That's good. I like that. I like that question. I am gonna say Michael Mayer, but that's not. You know what? That's kind of a cop out because I think everybody's feeling the hype right now in Raider Nation about Michael Mayer. So I'll say Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson's gonna be a good player this year. He's gonna be a good player, not he showed flashes. Oh, he got better. Oh, look at him. He won this rep. Haha. It's going to become objective that he's a good player this year. Tyree Wilson.
I'm going to go Dylan Parham because I just think people don't like him. And I think Dylan Parham's got a big year.
You better say him. Yeah, I love that.
I'm going to go Dylan Parham on that one. And I think they changed the narrative for Raiders fans. And I don't even know where that, like a lot of people do not like him. It's crazy. And I don't I understand it, but like damn, man, he's not that bad. He's not like terrible like people make it seem. That's my thing. All right, on offense, with what we've seen, one film and throughout the camp, do they have potential to be a top 10 in touchdowns in our yardage? I think so.
Potential, yeah, absolutely. But potential is a word that I don't love. So let's see them do it. I think they're going to start slow. You think they're going to catch people off guard right away.
Yeah.
I think since it's kind of an install year, and I think they clearly are having a little trouble with like pre-snap penalties. I think it's going to take a little time for them to do it. I think they're still going to have a few splash plays, a couple like, whoa, like even where like the broadcast camera goes, like has like the camera on like the wrong guy and like somebody's running down the field. I think Chip Kelly's going to bring a little bit of that with a little bit of smash mouth to it. Yeah, I mean it has to. If they're going to be good this year, if you the Raider fan thinks they are a wild card team this year, they have to be a top 10 offense.
They have to be,
because their defense. I think their defense is going to suck this year.
Yeah, they have to be. All right. Where am I? Oklahoma, Florian, he's got all the questions today. How big of a step can the receiving core make with the upgraded QB? A big step.
Look at Trey Tucker. Just look at Trey Tucker, and if Trey Tucker has any kind of big year this year compared to last year, I don't think he got that much better himself. What I mean is, I think he was good last year, but they couldn't get the ball to him.
Yeah. People saying they've seen Parham on skates too much. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, Parham was smaller, but he's fat as hell.
Why is he lying? Why is he lying about I was?
You look fat as hell, bro. I was. You look like you've been eating all summer. I saw him on the field. Yeah. Me and Matt were talking about that. Look how fat he looks.
Yeah, he probably put on 20 pounds, which is good.
I don't know why I've always been this big. Look, right. Whatever, dog. Don't lie to us. All right. Any other good shows with competent takes and content?
Well, I'll tell you this. Nobody has better takes than us. But what I like, for me personally, I think Q is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I would love if we could get Q on Friday Night Live and loosen him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Q is a media guy. Q is today on the Locked On Raiders podcast. Like he is media. He's so good at it too. He's just like, but I'd love to loosen him up and get him laughing and stuff, and really doing that with us, like while still doing that. I think he's great. I watch Locked On Raiders regularly because he says what happens. That's how I find out what happens, and then I can speculate based off of what happens. I like Vinny and Adam Hill too, but Adam Hill I kind of hate. But I like him, but I kind of hate him, which is a common sports media thing. I can't really watch any of the other ones. No disrespect. They're kind of boring. I think sports is about having fun and being entertaining. And if you come in with this and you start talking about the Raiders like this, and it's like, there's a tackle, and I just don't know what they're going to do at wide receiver. I think they need to trade for somebody. If you start doing that, I don't care. Why would I tune into that? I already have those takes. I think Q is probably my favorite other than us.
Yeah, I would say shout out my dude Trey Majors because I see him. He's making content.
I haven't seen him. I'll have to check him out.
I just want to give a shout out to Trey just because I'm proud of him. He's working on it. So I just want to give a shout out to him.
They told me I'm a Hondo stan. He does follow me on Twitter, so I will never disrespect Hondo. I don't care what happened in the bathtub. I do not care.
I do Trey Majors. He's working with Michael Belly over there. But I just want to give a shout out to Trey and his show. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't have enough time to watch Raiders content that much. So that's what's hard for me to be like, what Raiders content is great out there.
Well, and a lot of times too, you don't want to steal the take either. Like what I mean is not even steal it, but like you'll hear something and like automatically it gets absorbed. And you don't want to say the same thing as someone else. So it is tough, but I like the people who give me Raiders news so then I can come on here and just talk shit with you,
Yeah, and my dude Pharaoh too, Pharaoh NFL. I fuck with Pharaoh, so I fuck with him. Yeah.
We got to get Q on, man. I'm telling you, Q is the Q. I think we can make Q laugh really hard and we could get a new side of him. He's funny, man. He's see if we could loosen the collar a little bit.
Yeah, and Raider rundown. And, but that's all that's all like Trey Majors and like all those dudes. So basically, those guys, I fuck with them. So, which division do you see? Do you think we'll get the in season? That's a good.
I never watched the in season Hard Knocks. I know
You don't like
guys,
you don't like it. You don't
nah,
like it
because the season's happening. So Hard Knocks is about when football's not happening to me.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what division would I want to see. I don't know. I'm just tired of Joe Burrow being on my TV. I'll just say that.
See, I like him as a quarterback. He's just not an interesting person in the.
I'm tired of him being on my damn TV.
He's not an interesting person. He hires that one guy to style his clothes, and you're like, come on, bro. Like, just pick out your own clothes.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see Joe Burrow on my TV anymore. That's all I don't want to see. But if it was an exciting division, it probably, I mean, they're gonna do something like the NFC East or some stupid shit like that. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are talking about Q saying he won't say a negative thing about the Raiders. He's a beat writer. You need scoops.
Yeah.
If you start talking shit about the team, you're not getting scoops.
Yeah, that is
true.
true.
I have the privilege of doing that because I don't get scoops. I can be like, that guy stinks.
Yeah.
Q's got to be like, he's got to play the game. He plays the game really well. If you understand, I like him a lot.
Yeah. We only had a couple questions left. We're almost out of here. Does Jackson, number 4 receiver, make the team?
You could stash him. I think you can stash him.
I think you can stash him too. I think,
it'd be a good one to do because I'll put it to you this way: the reason you stash people on your practice squad is that if you go through a time where like Thornton and Tucker are hurt, who's your speed guy? You call him up.
I'm trying to. I got a couple questions. I almost got through all 73 today. This is crazy. We had 73 questions today,
dude. We're as old as Pete Carroll. That's Pete Carroll's age.
This is an omen. It might be an omen for the season. Maybe these questions. Good surprise or a bad surprise?
Don't ask me about a bad surprise. You don't want to go to the depths of my mind right now. A good surprise is the Raiders just cook everyone on offense this year, and then on defense they're like top 15 in turnovers.
Yeah,
created. That's a good surprise, and they're a playoff team if they do that. Don't ask me about the bad surprise. I won't even say it. You know why? Because that's all we've got.
Yeah.
I can't shock you anymore, Raider Nation.
Good surprise to make the playoffs, right? I mean,
but the way they make the playoffs is cooking everybody on offense, and they turn the ball over on defense because that's the only way it happens. It's the last 2 Raider playoff teams. That's how they've done it.
Yeah, man, you guys are hitting us with some last second questions here. I'm gonna try to get does Pete survive? I mean, yes, he does. He
does. He'll be here the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And he should be. He's earned that right.
And Chris M, dude, why are you putting that type of mojo out there? Like what? Don't have these type of thoughts.
No, and I will say, no, he will. You don't fire a coach like Pete Carroll after 1 year. He's earned that.
Oh man, 0-4 would be terrible. That's just bad for our content. You know what I mean? It's bad for content. You know, I don't make the type of clickbait content to survive 0-4. I just don't do it. I can't do it. Is Cosby frustrated with the defense?
I think people don't realize that Max is a dickhead. I don't think people understand this about Max. That's what he does. He talks about it on his own podcast. He took Tyree Wilson and he was like mean to him the whole time. It's hazing. He's old school. Max Crosby's old school. He's like a guy, like a Matt Millen era Raider guy. Like he will like make you carry the bags and do all of these things. So, I mean, I'm frustrated with the defense. I don't think they're going to be that good this year. Why wouldn't he think that?
Yeah.
So he probably is. It doesn't mean he's quitting on the team. It just means, guys, I'm the leader of this team. Pete Carroll singled me out as the leader on this defense. We need to tackle. We need to do this. We need to do that.
All right, guys. I think we're out of here because does Lobby make this team? I kind of talked about that a little bit.
Maybe it's a tough one. I mean, the next 2 games, he's a guy. The next 2 games might matter for more than anybody.
I think we got to end the show with Eric Stokes slipping one more time.
You got to show it again. Ow! He still got a tackle, like a half a tackle on the play. He's like, I got you, Tonka. Tonka, I got you. You got bad form, Tonka. I got you. I'm gonna clean that up for you. Tonka. He was about to run to the end zone if I didn't get him.
That's how we end the show, guys. That's how we end the show.
On the good grass? How dare you do that on good grass?
on the good grass, right? Appreciate you guys all coming in here, man. Yeah, like I said, tons of questions today. Very interactive. So, we're going to keep giving you guys this content. Also, check out me and Glen are about to do the alpha and beta.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be on my YouTube channel. I'll get you guys. That'll be fun. We'll blast that out. We do it every single year. We rate every NFL head coach on the alpha beta index, and that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. So that's coming next week. So check that out, guys. We'll be doing that. And then,
that's 2 weeks from, or the
it's 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now.
10 days.
10 days we're doing that, but then of course I'll be back tomorrow with instant reaction, and then also, like I said, guys, give me the guys you want for members. Like, I'm trying to do the membership for you guys, so you guys can sign up and I can keep that content going from you guys. Let me know who you want. Let me know if there's a game and you're watching the game. Hey, Marcus, do a breakdown of this guy for memberships. Get that, let's get that. I can get that going for you guys, just so I know. All right. So, but yeah, we enjoy you guys coming in here. Any last words, Glenn?
Yes, guys, if you want, I want to start interviewing players and stuff. Guys, tell players about Tape Don't Lie. Tell them we'll have fun. We'll interview them. Like if they see a demand, they will be more likely to do that. So, guys on the roster, things like that, we use the audience. We could probably get them on if that's the case and interview them, and it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure, guys. All right, guys, we're out of here. Appreciate you guys joining us. Peace.